Alright guys, in today's session what we're going to be looking at is your grip, and it's quite important that you have a good balanced grip on the bat. Now I'm not going to tell you what you should do, but what I'm going to say to you today is what you should be feeling, because it's all about feeling. Batting is very important and we need to understand that it's what we are feeling more than what we should do. Alright, so here's young Damari here. Today is going to be our guide, so let's get into it. So Damari, can you hold your bat for me please? I'll take your gloves. Right, so as you can see, Damari's created two V's down the bat here, which are quite good. Now if you could just get into his setup for me. Right, so what I'm looking for here is how tightly Damari's gripping the bat. So if he's gripping the bat too tight, you would see that this bottom hand is squeezed, the whole of his fingers come around the bat there. Right, so then that, as you can see, if he lets that go quickly, lets that go. Right, then hold it how you was holding it before. Right, as you can see, there's nothing changes within the bat. As soon as he squeezes the bat a little bit harder, as you can see, the bat face becomes a little bit more open or it becomes a little bit more closed. Right, so if he squeezes it hard with two hands, right, so if you just come forward and play a straight drive for me please. As you can see, the hands are very rigid. As you can see, this bottom hand here comes around the bat a lot harder, right, and it looks here as if I was to ask young Damari here, how do you feel when you're playing this shot? Right, how do you feel?
Very rigid.
Yeah, so it feels very rigid. There's not as much flow that comes into the shot. As you can see, this bottom shoulders come round a lot. So go back for me please. Now if he was to relax his hands and go back into that relaxed grip, where it's subtly probably holding it a little bit harder with his top hand, lightly holding it in his bottom hand, because it's key that we understand that we hold the bat lightly in our hand, right? Because if we hold the bat hard from the beginning, as we come forward to play our shots, it's going to be quite of a rigid stroke, and we'll end up forcing it a little bit too much, and there's not as much flow from the body. And then that's when we end up chipping the balls in the air, and when we defend, rather than defending it right underneath our eyes, we end up pushing at the ball a little bit too much. So here we go now. So now we're going to have a nice relaxed setup. Right, relax, feeling the sense of calm from the grip going all the way through our body. So now we're going to go ahead now and play the same straight drive. As you can see, there's a lot more transfer of weight through the shot, and as you can see, look at the bat face here. The bat face here has come a lot more forward. There's a lot less of this pushing around. If I was to say to him, right, can you demonstrate the same thing towards the camera for me please? Right, as you can see, the bottom hand is barely but holding the bat here. There's a lot of force and tension coming through this top hand. As you can see, it's almost as the bat is an extension of his body. So this is quite a good example to show you why it's important to have a good balanced grip on the bat and a nice relaxed grip on the bat. Right, you can relax there for me, Damari. Now, if you were to put your gloves on please, and we'll have a look how it looks in the gloves. Yep. Again, as you can see, he's put the gloves on and these fingers aren't gripping the bat too tight. So that's fantastic from the bottom hand. As you can see here, the top hand, it's not too stiff, it's nice and rigid. I can move it around like that, right, which is quite good. Whereas if you was to squeeze it tight, see, it's too much. The bat's not flowing, so therefore it's almost too ready. Yeah, so when we're batting, we don't want to be too ready, right? We want to be nice and relaxed, so then it allows our body to flow. It's very important that we get that flow going in towards the ball. So let's go again now. So that's a nice relaxed setup. This is how it looks in the gloves. Right, can you play me a straight drive? Lovely. So as you can see, with that nice relaxed grip, it allows the hands to go back and then to come forward with a lovely bat speed and a lovely flow. Excellent balance. Can you demonstrate it towards the camera for me please? Excellent. Very good. As you can see, nothing's changed even though he's got the gloves on. As you can see, full back face going towards the ball. Nice strong top hand now on impact. Once he's played the shot, bottom hand hasn't come through too much. And if I was to come round here, round the back here, we can see, right, head over the ball, the bottom shoulder, back shoulder hasn't come round. So relax with me, please. Right, so as we can see, guys, it's very important that when you're batting, your grip is quite relaxed in your setup. It's relaxed when you take your hands back, and the time when it does get a little bit more tense, or when you do tense up, is when you are actually playing the shot. Because as we can see there, if I'm too tense here, I'm too ready, so there's too much tension in my body already, which then having too much tension makes me go at the ball with too much force. So we want to be nice and relaxed in our setup. So it starts from my hands, so that calms my body down, calms my mind down, so then when I pick my bat up, I'm nice and calm, and it allows my hands to flow, my body to flow towards the ball. So something for you to work on, again, in isolation now, but even further throughout your career, whether you're young or whether you're old. Right, have a go. Again, let me know how it goes. Thanks.
Cheers.